Hi guys, this is just a quick video on James Joyce. Again, it'll just be something quick that was requested. So if you want any more of my videos, please check out my website www.stacyray.co.uk or catch me on Instagram at stacyray. James Joyce then, lots to say. He was and is in his works attempting to portray life, and he tries to give us a real portrayal of life in Dublin, doesn't he? And he really was opposed to Ireland becoming a part of the British Empire, and he wanted them to stay independent. He is famous a little bit like Virginia Woolf for the stream of consciousness, and he does that obviously in Ulysses really well, especially through Molly. That's how I responded to it anyway. I thought her stream of consciousness at the end of that book was particularly prevalent. Ulysses obviously then is named after the adventurer from the siege of Troy. So what he does then is he kind of mimics / parallels that with Leopold Bloom. But what he does is, instead of having this like great adventurer like the myth, he gives us this portrayal of an everyday man. And the reason for that is James Joyce is trying to show us through everyday life experiences that we can be and should be our own hero. So basically, obviously in Ulysses, we know he's got his wife Molly. She's having an affair. He is a daydreamer. He's a little bit of an outsider, being half Jewish in Dublin. He then, through Ulysses, shows us the cycle of life when Leopold Bloom is sitting watching the trams go by, when he is feeding the birds, and he intertwines with everyday experiences big things about humanity, like life and death. And I always say this all the time, that English literature is an exploration and a study of mankind, and this is clear here, isn't it? As I say, he represents our everyday fragile man, and we follow him around wandering Dublin. We are privy to his worries. We are privy to the fact that he worries about his wife. He holds up a lens, doesn't he, in terms of this kind of seemingly mundane man who is your everyday person, if you like. In Ulysses, we get a Stephen as well, and Stephen is depressed, so we've got that angle shown as well. Molly's stream of consciousness comes at the end, like I said, and Homer's Odyssey then is used here. However, it's tipped on its head, because in Homer's Odyssey, when he returns home, he is reunited with his faithful wife, and obviously Leopold Bloom has an unfaithful wife. So we've got that kind of put on its head, if you like, to a certain extent. That might be because obviously Homer's Odyssey, it's mythical, isn't it? And it's not real, whereas Leopold Bloom is your everyday, this is what I've experienced, this is what people go through. The book was banned in America as well. And then if you are dipping into Finnegan's Wake, while we're talking about obviously the experiences of mankind, Finnegan's Wake is a take on the fall of man. So there's a link to Adam in the Garden of Eden, and obviously the fact that Adam is linked to the fall of mankind, and that's explored in Finnegan's Wake. So, and both of the works really do explore humanity. And then when you are analysing your language, look at what he does. In places in Ulysses, he's very bold, isn't he, with his language, but you have to dig deep into it to really start to unpick the meaning. Whereas in Finnegan's Wake, he's obviously made up his own version of English. So again, there's deeper layers there. So what you can do again as part of your study is question why, and analyse why he does that with language, and has that got something to do with the message that he's sending about us? As I say, this was just something quick on James Joyce. Please go on my website or YouTube to catch any of my other videos, and massive good luck in your studies.